Sodalis. So I don't do this very often, but sometimes it seems like there ought to be a little bit more. When I finished making the video about Professor X, and I really do want to apologize to him again for confusing his undergraduate degree from Harvard with his PhD from Stanford. And if I didn't use a semicolon in that first paper in the fall of 1986, I am profoundly sorry too. So this, though, is a special bonus. This is a bonus that I'm only going to put on YouTube now. You guys can share it if you want, but I'm not going to share it in the Facebook groups. This is just for you guys who are subscribers and for anybody else that sees it. And it's about gifts and insights from your bad teacher stories. Because, you know, I made Professor X sound like a wonderful source of insight, and he was, but at the same time, he was also, at least from my perspective, he was arrogant. And he wasn't a very kind person, and I didn't like him, and I didn't take any more classes from him, and I didn't like being told that I was less than because my parents didn't have PhDs. And it's important to take the gift, take the insight, but don't forget about the rest of the story. And when you remember the whole story, I picked a pasta dish that I sometimes like. Focus on the good stuff, but don't pretend. Specifically, don't pretend away the bad stuff. If there's stuff in your bad teacher story where the person was just genuinely, they weren't a good fit for you, or they were genuinely just not a nice person, don't feel like you have to sugarcoat that. Don't feel like you have to say, well, I learned so much about that. I mean, even if you did, don't let the good things totally obscure the fact that there's a reason this person is on your bad teacher list, right? Because sometimes situations are painful and sometimes situations are just not great. And even though they don't have to be as difficult and as complicated and as hard as we think they do, sometimes they're just not that much fun. Sometimes the least bad option is the only one that's available. So I'm going to leave you guys with, again, 3 pictures. These are the 3 that came with this presentation theme. And I bet there's one of those dishes, whether it's the risotto or the strange looking ravioli down there or the other pasta dish, one of them looks better to you than the others. Focus on what's right for you. Focus on what's right for your situation, your needs. And don't worry if somebody else in a different situation has different needs and comes up with a different right solution for them. Don't feel like their perfect has to be yours. I need a visual reminder sometimes of what I'm doing, but I don't need the one Professor X did. I'll never fuss at somebody because they didn't use a semicolon in a paper. So, remember the good, but don't be blind to the other. See what's really there and not just what you want to see. And if you need help, if you need support with anything, you know where to find me. Reach out, get in touch, because you guys are too important. This work that we do is too important to try to do it all alone. So, see you again soon with another video for everybody, but enjoy this extra bonus one. Feel free to share it if you want. If you have people that need to be following this channel, go ahead and have them follow and subscribe. And until we talk to each other again, Walete Sodales.